So now that I, talked about things for 30 minutes, and you probably are thinking, okay, I've talked about so many things, but I'm not giving details. Here are a few details. Actually, on the spotlight is one man, although there are more than one man working on it, obviously. But the one who's sort of stolen the spotlight is Senator Durrani. Now, Muhammad Ali Durrani is a former federal minister and a senator, and he's also a person who is close to the current president, Dr. Arif Alvi, because they've both worked together on campaigns that had a lot to do with fundraising for Shaukat Khara Memorial Hospital, which is Imran Khan's Cancer Trust Hospital. So, because of that, actually, and also the fact that Senator Durrani is a person who can easily approach and be approached by all the various institutions in Pakistan, as he's sort of considered, I guess, suddenly they probably arrived to the conclusion that he is the right person to use as a mediator amongst everyone. So if you remember, actually, he had an allegedly quiet meeting, according to Geo News, which was way back in, about, let's see now, I think it was around 8 September. Yeah, 8 September. So, and now again, he met the president, Dr. Alvi, about 2 days ago, and basically obviously it was to do with how to sort of the inside, you could say, and the short version, the sweet version is that was to do with the negotiations, which I've said that the establishment has realized that it has literally shot itself in the foot, and it needs Imran Khan. It has realized that there is no going forward without Imran Khan. It has realized that it has made the biggest mistake ever of exposing itself in front of the whole world as a traitor. And as I said, there were many chances for it to get back, many chances for the establishment and for the other state management institutions to take a step back and work with Imran Khan. And they kept on and on pushing forward like idiots until they went to the point of no return. And so when they realized how far they had gone and how they had no way back, and that there's only one way back in any case, and that is through Imran Khan. So, as I said, on the open, they were still cracking down on PTI members. They harassed members of the public who were members of PTI. They caused a lot of trauma amongst children. One child actually has just passed away. His father was not even allowed to see him, not even on his deathbed. And we're talking about Ibad Farouk, his son Amar. And then many women were sexually harassed. They were again PTI members, and they were it's not just they were PTI members. These were educated members of very good families. These were members of the society who contributed a lot to the society, both nationally and internationally in their own way. And they were deliberately harassed by the establishment and the army, because the establishment and the army wanted that the politics of Pakistan should never grow into a civilized, mental, or mind oriented institution, but that it should always remain under their hands and under the hands of America's goons. And when America employs goons, then you know what that means. That means that you have people like Nawaz Sharif and Zardari who don't use their minds, they don't use sophistication, they don't use diplomacy, but they are just straight away thugs. They go around killing people, they go around mass murdering, they go around, they're like Modi. So you have Modi in India and you have these two here in Pakistan. And Imran Khan was basically bringing back the old original politics. He was bringing back civilized politics. And although I think I'm being very generous when I'm saying bringing back, because I'm thinking of Qaid Azam's time. Qaid Azam's time was probably the only time when Pakistan had any real politics going on. Thanks to the army, the politics was annihilated when they murdered Fatma Jinnah, Qaid Azam's sister. And and when they allowed America to dictate terms, and America started murdering our leaders whenever they disagreed with America, like Liaquat Ali Khan and Bhutto and everybody else. And our state managers worked with America constantly to commit treason by murdering their own leaders. So the army has a past of treason, which is why I keep on and on saying that this institution needs to be uprooted and revamped. Similarly, because the establishment is essentially made up of people from these institutions of the army and the the bureaucrats, and the retired farts. They come up and make up the establishment. So these all of these people, they need to be removed, they need to be annihilated, they need to be terminated, they need to be killed, basically. And the whole institution, both these institutions, need to be completely remade, rebuilt from scratch, which obviously is not possible in a short span of time in any case. And the fact that we have two factions in each of these institutions may be helpful enough to, sort of start from halfway through. I don't know. You never know. But anyway, so the point is that, the Rani was supposed to be considered the right person to help the establishment mediate with Imran Khan. And as we know, they still are trying their best that Imran Khan should leave the country somehow, which he will never do. They thought they could break him in jail. They could never do that. They thought that they could, break down PTI and break down the public sentiment towards PTI. It just got worse for them. So now, as I said in my previous episode, that there are rumors that that finally Imran Khan has agreed to one thing and disagreed to another. What he's agreed to is that, yes, this is something that he said right from the start, when he also agreed to cooperate with the IMF. That is that he would work towards the towards getting Pakistan out of the economic crisis that has been created by the incompetence and the corruption, basically the dishonesty of the establishment, the army and the PDM. And so to that he again said yes once again, because they realize that they need him for that, they need him for rebuilding. And obviously you start rebuilding by working on the economic crisis first and foremost. So he agreed to that, which is something he always agreed to, as I said. The second thing he did not agree to was leaving the country again. So he's like, you know what, just do whatever you want to. I'm not leaving. I'm here to stay. It's a do or die situation here. So again, they just don't know what to do. Again, but they know that they cannot handle him. And at the end of the day, they need him to handle the country. And they cannot handle the backlash of the world and the country, and only he can help them do that. So they need him in any case. So why the suggestion of him going abroad, I still don't get it, because again, they're so stupid. On one side they want him to help them, on the other side they want him to leave the country. Like, figure it out, people, figure it out. I mean, how moronic can you be? I'm talking to the establishment and the state managers, by the way. So yeah, and then on the other side, so who are the people who met Imran Khan? Okay, first and foremost, as I said, Muhammad Ali Durrani is the one in the spotlight, but actually two other people met him. One of them is a former secretary, and one of them, two of them are his lawyers. Obviously, Imran Khan's lawyers, for legal reasons, were there. The other was a former speaker, Asad Kasser. So we have the former speaker Asad Kasser, then we have the senator Muhammad Ali Durrani, who was also a former federal minister. And the third one is also a PTI member, just like Kasser Saab, and that is Rauf Hassan. And he was, he's basically PTI's Central Information Secretary, right? So we have these three people, two of them core PTI members, and then we had obviously two lawyers of Imran Khan. Okay, so finally we're getting that out of the way. So these people, when they met Imran Khan, and again, so Imran Khan said, okay, fine, yeah, well, whatever, so I'll help you. As I've always said, I'll help you as long as it has anything to do to benefit the country. But now, obviously now, in return, obviously Imran Khan will not just, leap out and help them until they also show some basis for trust, right? And that is why the news suddenly of the courts granting bail, which suddenly now the intelligence and the police and the army and everybody have now suddenly decided to accept the court's decisions immediately. So the court has granted bail for Sanam Javed and all the other females. Many of the not, I wouldn't say all. I mean, because I'm only seeing a few of the names right now, but yes, many of the female PTI members that were detained illegally, the courts have granted them bail, and suddenly now everybody is listening to the court's decision and accepting the court's decision, which never happened up to now, as we know. That also shows that these judges are obviously working under the command of the establishment, and the establishment has ordered the judges that yes, please release these women so that we can sort of gain some confidence from Imran Khan's side, and he can we're sort of showing that he can trust us. So that is so one point. So okay, that shows that okay, something is going on, because as I said, as long as I don't see anything actually happening, I'm not going to believe in any of these rumors. To me, even if it's actual news, it's still rumor if there is nothing concrete, because as I said, they've tried time and again to make an agreement with Imran Khan, to have a settlement with him, to mediate with him, and it's never went anywhere. And yes, I will still reiterate, even though people might disagree with my reiteration, and that is that Imran Khan has to come out. I know that that could be the final step, as some people say, yeah, that at the end he's going to be out. But see, that's the point. The problem with these people is you don't know when they'll backstab you. So they might pretend to give in to Imran Khan, just to they'll release this person, they'll release that person, but they'll still keep a few key cards up their sleeve, and then at the end, when it's right on point, when it's actually the time to get Imran Khan out of jail, suddenly they'll look for another loophole, so we don't know why. Because see, the courts are already they've been acting illegally, okay, to put it very simply. The fact that Imran Khan is in jail, the fact that he cannot get out of jail in order to attend the other trials that are against him, and the fact that those judges are citing his absence as cause for denying bail. You get it? So I mean, this just shows that the courts are directly under the thumb of the army and the establishment and the illegal government, and that obviously, because remember, we've told you a million times that the judges in the courts are also appointed by these people. So these are their own people. They bribed them before they left. The judges are one of those people. It's not just their ministers and people in the army and the intelligence and the establishment that they just bribed before leaving with IMF's gathered funds. But obviously they bribed their judges as well. Those who can't be bribed are blackmailed. Those who can't be blackmailed are threatened. So but in any case, so none of these judges, that's why nobody actually believes in the judicial system in Pakistan. The people of Pakistan, they do not trust the judiciary. They do not, especially the judges. Nobody trusts the judges at all. So nobody trusts the court system, the legal system in Pakistan. And especially since all this charade that they've been putting up, the drama that they've been putting up regarding the PTI members, Imran Khan, and I mean, it's been a joke. It's been an all-round joke. So yeah, so I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, fine, okay, so they're showing some sort of a I scratch, I'm beginning to scratch your back here, and I'm letting your people go. But okay, let Chaudhry go as well. I hope that should be the next step. He's a core PTI member, and he's an old man. Let Shah Mahmood Qureshi go, because the courts have constantly told you to let them go, but you refused. So are you now going to listen to the courts and let them go? If you let go of the core senior members of PTI, as well as the female members, and not some of the female members. As I said, from the list that I've seen, I'm just saying a few names. I'm not seeing all of them, and there are more than 20. Okay, there are more than 20 females in jail, so get them all out. Say every single woman is out of jail, and then also I would love for them to issue an official apology to all of these women. all of these girls, all the men, all the elderly, the children. I would love that, but that will never happen, isn't it? That will never happen because, as I said, the fact that they are saying that Imran Khan should allow his party to get reintegrated within the system, to work with the system, to get the country back on its legs. And then at the same time, they're telling Imran Khan that please leave the country. I mean, it means that they're still trying with their old tricks that somehow Imran Khan should leave and we can just manipulate his party in his absence. But again, that's not going to happen. And if you're trying for that, then I'm sorry, but then you're not going to go anywhere again because you're missing the point here. You're missing the whole damn point. And that is, without Imran Khan's personal involvement, this country will go nowhere. This country has no future. You can put 1,000 PTI members. The people actually do not care for the PTI members. The people care for Imran Khan and Imran Khan only. And this is something that the whole world has recognized. So quit being an idiot, okay? And quit being such obstinate mules, okay? And accept your defeat. Okay, just accept your defeat openly and gracefully. Okay, and the public may forgive you, although I'm sorry, but that will still not happen. But the public may just put off killing you people in the most sadistic way possible. So you need to understand one thing, and that is, in order for PTI to be fully integrated into the system, I mean, the fact that PTI is still winning the elections, whatever elections are coming their way right now, they're winning it. And even though the government is trying to not even announce the results, are you crazy? They've won the elections. The results are out. Whether you let the results come out officially or not, the people who voted, they know that who's won the elections. They know that PTI has won the elections. How can you try to stall the results? Seriously, what's wrong with you people? I mean, this shows the height of stupidity. I mean, if you have such stupid people, in state management, then no wonder our state has gone to the dogs. So yeah, I mean, these are the details that people might feel that when I'm, on my rants, which are not actually rants if you listen to them properly, but I call them rants because these are things that pee me off every day. But if you go through all the complaints that the people of Pakistan have had with the state managers, and it's basically this. First of all, the farce of it all, the 9th May false flag operation, which the whole world knows was a false flag operation, but they're still insisting on it. The fact that they're talking about the shohda, that's the martyrs. They're talking about martyrs, and yet, they have not, and they have themselves actually martyred a lot of people. They shouldn't forget Arshad Sharif, who they killed with the cooperation of CIA in Kenya. They shouldn't forget the other very, very good, very, very neutral, very, very objective journalists who are abroad, who they're, filing treason cases against. Are you crazy? Again, I would say treason cases need to be filed against Nawaz Sharif and his whole party members, okay? It needs to be filed against Zardari and his whole party. It needs to be filed against their whole families as well. It needs to be filed against the Chief of Army Staff, both previous and current. It needs to be filed against many of these superior officers in the army who worked with them to commit treason. It has to be filed against the judges and the courts who worked with them. It has to be filed against the military courts that were illegally set up, and it has to be filed against the establishment. It has to be filed against the civil servants. So you understand, if anything, treason actually has to be filed against all those who are right now in the state management. Okay? So yeah, you can't file treason against Imran Khan or the journalists or the people of Pakistan. We are the actual state. Okay? You can't file treason against the state when you committed treason against the state, you morons. Anyway, I mean, this shows the height of stupidity. I mean, if we have such donkeys sitting above us, who are supposed to serve us, but they're under this delusion, under this, they, I think they're high on something, because they're under this delusion that they're the state, and that, they own the state. Your mother didn't bring it with her in her marriage, thank you very much. This was not part of her jahez, this was not or it wasn't your father who gifted it to your mother, and he didn't bring it from his parents. This land was created by Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Okay, and if you have a problem with him, then you have a problem with this land. And if you have a problem with this land, get out. What are you doing here? You're not owners of this state, you're servants of the state. We, the people, we own the state. We pay your fees, all our taxes that you pocket and create illegal wealth out of, all that massive assets that you people have accumulated, that's all our money. Okay, you've been stealing from us for decades. How dare you show your eyes to us? How dare you dogs bark bark at your real masters, and how dare you bite the hand that feeds you? Or why? Just because you got to juice your bone? Again, okay, if you want to change masters, do so, but then get the frack out of this country. Go to America, go to Britain, become, be part of their army, go and be part of their establishment. What the hell are you doing here? And if they're your masters, then stop eating our money. Why are we paying you? Stop taking our money. Take only and only from them. Don't be such two-faced mongrels. I've had it with you people. I've had it. So yeah, the courts are in tune with the establishment and the army and the intelligence communities. They're working with anti-state factors and foreign state factors to damage their own state. As they say, you can never invade a state, or you can never damage a state unless you have people within that state to do the job for you. You need traitors in order to invade a country. You need traitors in order to desecrate a country's sovereignty. You need traitors in order to interfere with another country. As we have a saying, ghar ka bhedi lanka dhaye. So that is it. You have to have someone from within. You have to have someone from within in order to help you break everything up. Otherwise, no outsider can ever occupy, invade, damage, or or in any way, trample upon or trespass any other person's property. The door needs to be opened from the inside. And that is why we need to get rid of all of them. And that is why I have issues, So, I mean, I am detailing some of these developments so that you understand that why these are called updates and developments. Because, yes, these are very, very notable developments. But, again, I will really believe in their... I don't know. I'll still not believe, but I mean, okay, I'll think that, okay, maybe they are finally getting their head straight when they actually choose to take more steps. They've released some of the PTI female members. They should release all of them. Okay, they should release all the core senior PTI members. They should release Imran Khan. Then they should come to the table and talk. That's all I have to say. So this is me signing out. Khuda Hafiz.